Welcome back, everyone, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm just looking over my weapon purchases to see what's currently available, and I actually have, in the available projects, the ability to get British artillery, which would include 12-pounder Blakeleys and 6 and 12-pounder breech-loading, fast and accurate Whitworth rifles, which you see occasionally on Civil War battlefields, and they're really nice, as well as the rapid-firing breech-loading 3-inch Armstrong. Breech-loading just means they load from the back instead of the front, which cuts down on the amount of time it takes to load. So we're going to get those, and we'll see now whether or not those are instantly available for purchase or if that's something we have to wait a little while on. I did place an order for some of these Krupp rifles, which fire 5 rounds a minute, and they're very accurate. We're waiting on our machine gun orders. We've got 20-pounder Parrots available now. Let's go ahead and order some more of those. 30-pounders, we've still got some available there. There's the 12-pounder Blakely. I don't see the breech-loading Parrots. There's the Whitworth. So that's what we're talking about. Let's go ahead and order some of these Whitworths. 42 days to get 64 of those. We're going to do the same with the 6-pounders. Look at the effective range, 2,800 yards and 4.5 rounds a minute. That is fantastic. It's got excellent accuracy. It's actually quite a bit lighter than some of the other guns as well, so excited about that. Okay, we're getting right into the battle today, and it's going to be Sherman and his army that is protecting the city of St. Louis right now. He's being hit by 3 separate forces, the Missouri State Guard, the Army of the Missouri, and the Army of the West. Combined, they're going to have pretty even numbers to us, but they've got us doubled in guns. We've really got to add some more guns to some of these units. So we've got a lot of ground that we could potentially cover. We could guard the crossings, but the problem is there's just so many of them, and the Confederates are coming in from multiple different locations. This is the only objective we actually have to defend. So I'm just going to dig in right here around this hill, maybe put up some fortifications, let him come at me. Alright, so we're dug in. I've built a complete circle with my parapets. I'm actually just behind the objective because that's where the high ground is. And there are actually a couple of fences that we're running in here already across, so I've actually built into my defensive line this stone fence that was already there. I've got my 24-pounders right up against there, although it looks like one of them sticking out in the front. I'm not sure why. Oh, we've got 2 different units here. That's why. That's a 30-pound Parrot unit. We got to move them, get them somewhere behind the line where they'll still have line of sight. So here he comes. His cav arrived first. Our long-range artillery is already firing. Now our 24-pounders are opening up. So we're going to blast away at those guys. We're definitely going to get the big guns firing counter battery fire as much as humanly possible here. The 10-pounders and the 20-pounder Parrots. Try and neutralize that advantage in artillery that he has. Because I think we can handle the small arms fire that we'll face. Does look like he's coming in the center here. I had Dodge out here with Flanders Flock, just covered in case he tried to come down this approach so that I would know to redeploy. I've got plenty of reserve units. In case he knocks anybody off the line, we can plug somebody in real quick. I'm going to bring the Washington Zouaves over here a little closer to the line. He is going to try to get around us on this side. We've got skirmishers coming in now. Cairo, Illinois Battalion is going to open up on them. We're going to give them deadly volley. See if we're having any impact on the artillery so far. Nothing yet. It might take a little bit of time. I want to make sure that we've actually got a target. Looks like we do have targets. pretty satisfied with our defensive position here. Okay, so he actually was trying to come down this road. Thankfully, we've got Dodge over there to watch for that. AI definitely has improved since that big AI improvement patch. Gotta say, they're making smarter moves. They're being much more tactical, much less predictable. You know, in earlier forms of the game, I probably wouldn't have even worried about covering out there, but now I know he tries to do that thing. So far, we're not having a lot of success with our counter battery fire. At least not that I've seen. I might actually switch here to a bombardment order, like right in this area. Haven't tried doing that for quite a while, so I'm trying to remember exactly how it's done. And it looks like we are having some success against the guns. Oh boy, Dodge. He's got a whole division attacking him here. No way they're gonna hold. Alright, we've taken out 5 of his guns, so we are having some of an impact with that. Colston's cavalry's coming up right at us. Our 30-pounders are taking some casualties too. Oh man, look at him. He's getting all around Dodge. I'm not even going to bother issuing an order, because by the time it would get there, he's probably going to have broken anyway. We do have an attack coming. I'm going to shift my reserves over. No, please don't do that. Dodge is holding them as best he can. It's only a matter of time. Even just delaying them throws him off, because it means that they don't get around to attack at the same time the rest of these guys are attacking. Should be able to start firing the Calgary Highlanders soon. Although I might bring them out to fire on his flank. We'll see. Nice. Throw him back. Gotta watch for the Confederate attack that's gonna come around over here. I think for the time being, let's shift the Calgary Highlanders so they'll start firing into Jenkins. Alright, we threw those guys back. So far, so good. How are we doing against the artillery? We're still only taking out 5 guns. So maybe we're better just to fire at will. Just go for the best target. There goes Wofford. Still watching for the rest of his army to come around. These are actually multiple armies, so the other ones just might be operating independently. So far, so good. Alright, things seem to be shifting our way. 2 more units have broken. About 2-to-1 casualties right now, which is good because we've got pretty even odds on the field. So we just gotta hold. Benefit of defending. Do gotta watch here. The 87th Indiana is starting to take some pretty heavy casualties. Now here comes his attacking force that got slowed down by our cav. And we've got Calgary Highlanders out of position a little bit now. There we go. Let's quickly move them back before this attack arrives. Gonna bring the California Dragons up a little closer. We've definitely taken some losses with our artillery. Alright, let's then shift these guys around so they'll fire. The 87th Indiana's lost almost 600 men, but they're nowhere close to breaking. And really, they're the only units that suffered any kind of significant casualties. Nobody else is really above about 130. Well, 200 right here, Calgary Highlanders. This is definitely where the action is. These guys have Augustins, which are a little less range, only 350 yards. That's why the California Dragons are able to fire. Now they're able to fire. 87's at 700 men lost. Problem is I can't really pull them off the line at the moment. Bring the Danish Brigade closer. Alright, 3,800 inflicted now. He's got units leaving the field because they're so demoralized. I can't believe he's holding with everybody. Alright, we've taken out 20 of his guns now. 15% casualties for him. I'm down to just 27 guns though. I only had 35 to start. First thing I do when this battle's over is recruit more artillery for Sherman's army. Alright, we gotta watch the 87th. They're up to about 30% casualties now. Oh, he's launching a melee attack on the 87th Indiana, trying to break them. And they captured him. Oh, beautifully done, boys. Now they're facing the wrong way, but that's okay. He tried to break. Boy, 87th Indiana, 1,100 casualties. Confederates tried to go in and break them, and ended up having to surrender. Alright, we're going to pull the 87th off the line. We're going to put the Danish Brigade in that spot. Beautifully done. I'm thinking for my next campaign I might have some kind of a reward system where if I have a unit that does something particularly notable like this, that there's some way we can I don't know, indicate it in the name of the unit, or just do something to indicate that they've had a notable achievement of some kind. Right now, the only way you can do that is if a unit levels up enough to where they hit elite status, which has actually become pretty hard to do. I don't think we have any elite units yet in our army. Looks like he's pulling back. Beautiful victory for Sherman. That should help our situation in Missouri. I do want to go back and inspect the battlefield, though, because I want to just take a look at the performance of our army. 41% casualties inflicted. Took out 55 of his guns in the end. Let's look at our combat report for a second. You can see here, that's strength. I don't know why we're getting that and not combat. It won't give me the combat report. Well, we know who took most of the losses in that one. 2nd Division. No. 2nd Division. There we go. 1,186 casualties for the 87th Indiana. 42% casualty rate, but they did not break. They held the field the entire time. Beautifully done. So a lot happening in Tennessee right now. We've lost our fort that was holding Chattanooga. He sent the army in the Northwest down there. He's got an army of Florida in that area. He's got a couple of armies moving down here. So we've got the army of the Cumberland kind of dealing with the army of the Shenandoah, which has 13,000 men. I think we can handle them. So I'm going to send the army of the Ohio down toward these guys. I'm consolidating the army of the Tennessee in and around Nashville so we can start making a move with them by keeping them relatively close to each other. And then it looks like Sherman's got a little breathing room now outside of St. Louis. So we're going to move him out. All right, we're getting notifications now that our POW camps are overcrowded. We've got more than we can handle. We're getting a Andersonville type situation here in Springfield, so we're going to have to deal with that. We've got 3 times as many as should be there. So let's head over to Springfield. Is there a way to upgrade these POW camps? Actually, that one's still being constructed, it says. So let's get it to the next day. Or it's being repaired. Maybe it's being upgraded? I don't know. Is that something that happens automatically? He was attacking us at the fort outside of Nashville. Let's take a look. It's still... Okay, there we go. I want to pause real quick and take a look at this. Is there a way? We can upgrade these. We can make them bigger. So for 8.7 million, we can upgrade the capacity to 2,500. Still not very big. We can actually parole the prisoners. Some of them may re-enlist. Not a huge deal. Let's go ahead and do that for now. We'll empty it while we're building it up. All right, we're going to make a move with our Florida Keys squadron down here to see if we can't take Fort Moultrie. It's the only fort in the Charleston area we don't yet hold. We have Fort Johnson. We have Fort Sumter. We're going to try to take Fort Moultrie. In the meantime, we're also going to send our Navy, our Atlantic Blockading Squadron, back down to try and take Fort Norfolk again. Didn't go so well the last time, and he's got an army of Virginia right there, which makes, oh, that's 15,000 men. But I think maybe we will not do that because he's got a 15,000 man army there. We will, however, park them right here with a blockading order and just see if we can't continue to keep him from getting supplies there. We are 1 day away from having 25,000 Dryce needle guns available to us. 6 rounds a minute, 400-yard range. Super excited about that. We're also not too far away from getting some other things. We do have 1 machine gun unit that's already in position in the Army of the Cumberland. I'm looking to see where the others are. Coffee mill guns 22 days away. Our Gatling guns, so about 3 weeks away on the others. Right around the first of the year we'll get those. But let's get the Army of the Cumberland moving. I want to try out that machine gun battalion as quick as we can. And while we're at it, since we're going to be in that same unit, how about we start trying out some of these dry needle guns. And we're going to give, so for example, let's give these guys, the Buckeye Guards, sharpshooter ability. Obviously, these aren't necessarily all about accuracy. They're about reload, too. But dang, how exciting is this going to be? We'll put one in each brigade. Or in each division for now. Well, at least those two. We're going to try to spread them out across all the armies. Here we go. This should be interesting. We have a 2-to-1 advantage in manpower. And we've got an army that's got machine guns and those dry needle guns. So, look out, Army of Shenandoah. So we've engaged his lead scouts in the form of Hayes. I had already sent McGinnis up there and grabbed the objective, and now I've shifted him over to cover this bridge while I move into position. Unit with the dry needle guns here, the Buckeye Guards, is going to be in a reserve position to start. We're going to hold them until we're dealing with infantry. But we've got 2 full infantry brigades that are going to be able to deal with Hayes. I'm going to dig in right along all these crossings. We'll see where it is that he decides to go with his forces. I'm going to put Thomas Wood right here with these Whitworth rifles. Sheridan Scrappers and Gruber's Guards are dealing with the Cav right now. Here comes the 1st Infantry. Archers Brigade. Looks like he may be headed straight for the objective. In which case we'll come around in behind him. We've got the numbers to do that. That's our Gatling guns right there. Problem is, we got to find a spot to put them. They've only got 48 ammunition. Failing cohesion. Alright, we're going to bring around the rest of the infantry over here, I think. Surprised his Cav is holding on as long as it has. They only have 200 men. They've lost 2/3 of their men. They're still holding, though. Alright, our dry needle guns are about to get some targets in range. Looks like he's going for a crossing that I'm not covering yet. Maybe. Let's bring the Gatling guns right over here. I don't know if they'll have the range, but if they could pour flanking fire into these guys, holy cow. Alright, he pulled that unit back. And now we've got another one to face. We've got some dry needle guns here too. Let's bring them over. Of course, they're going to run out of ammo fast. Put the Gatling guns right here. Wonder how they're doing at inflicting casualties. We'll give it a few few goes before we worry about that. He's got 2 units firing on him, though. Alright, we're going to bring Louisville Legion across. They've got Whitworths. Alright, they're taking a lot of casualties, but I'm curious to see what they're doing in terms of what they're inflicting. So that's Buckeye Guards, 234 so far. Alright, we're trying to get these Gatling guns into position. It's taking a while. He's bringing artillery right up at me here. What is Louisville Legion waiting on? Alright, Gatling gun time. Target them. Listen to those. Oh, that's awesome. You can hear them. That's fantastic. Oh, that is a beautiful sound. All right, let's bring around some help over here. Alright, Woods made contact, which is going to help. So now these guys are being fired into the rear by super accurate Whitworth rifles. They're being fired into their flank by Gatling guns. Just got to be careful. Milroy's lost almost half his men. Oh yeah, he's all messed up. We're gonna win this battle, but I'm afraid Milroy's gonna break in the process. Yeah, there he goes. That's okay. Major casualties he took there. Let's turn McGinnis around. So as expected, our Gatling gun's very quickly running out of ammunition. He's down to just 20. I guess, I don't know how the rounds work. I would guess that's like a whole load of machine gun rounds. Who was wounded? Commander of the Buckeye Guards has been wounded. Alright, we've got a problem here because Archer's getting in and around on Gruber's guards. We do have help on the way. But they've only taken 79 casualties, so I think they'll be okay for a little while. McGinnis will probably break too. Alright, let's go ahead and come across. There goes McGinnis. I expected that, but now he bought time for our reinforcements to get into position. That's all we needed. So that actually really worked out. He came with his whole army at this one spot, and since I was dug in all along here, I was able to move into position. Of course, it helps that I have double the number of men that he does. We're just gonna continue right where we left off. You can still hear those Gatling guns firing. They didn't really get any reload though. think we got this. There it is. So I definitely am curious to see the numbers on this one. Buckeye Guards had Dryce needle guns. Of course, Louisville Legion has Whitworths. Bourbon Boys has needle guns. Alright, let's destroy Archer's Brigade. We might be able to capture them. Surprised they got away. Actually, he broke the Latin American rifles, which is really surprising. It's a major victory, though, because of the casualties we inflicted. They were actually pretty even in terms of raw numbers. That's mostly because he loaded up on me in one spot. Alright, I want to definitely take a look at this. Combat report. Third Division. Buckeye Guards inflicted 1,100 casualties. Machine Gun Battalion inflicted 446. That's really good when you consider what a typical battery does. That's way more effective than artillery. None of my other artillery even broke double digits. They didn't get into triple digit inflicted casualties. Of course, the losses, 20% of my army in that one. Kuiper Dragoons lost 46%. 3rd Division lost 44%. 59% for Sheridan Scrappers and 61% for Buckeye Guards. So they by far took the brunt of that attack. Well done, well done. Alright, so our Florida Keys Squadron is taking on Fort Macon. I actually had them sent down to try and take the fort outside of Charleston, but they hit Fort Macon on the way, so I guess we're going to do that first. We've got 300 guns. A lot of firepower, but our ships are not in the best shape. A lot of them are about 50% right now, so I think once we take Fort Macon, we're probably going to have to send them to kind of rehab and refit a little bit before we go after anything else. In the meantime, the Confederates are 214,000 men fielded to my 282, and remember, a lot of mine are in garrisons. So we're actually in the field probably pretty even at this point. Only 4 men holding this fort. What is taking so long? We have 2 overcrowded POW camps at this point. Baltimore and the Ohio and Erie Canal. U.S. colored troops have been recruited. So since that's a policy thing, we're going to go ahead and allow those units to remain in our army, even though they're not patron units. There are only a few of them. And right behind that, we are going to abolish slavery in the next 45 days. He's not going to like that, but I don't care. So the Army of the Kanawha is in the middle of kind of a siege battle situation against pretty even odds at the moment. We're going to see if we can maybe send... Let's send Hooker's 1st Corps out there to help them. And then we're going to probably move into a battle here with our other corps very soon. Although it's winter, so I'm pretty content to sit and hold Petersburg and Richmond for the time being. Let's get some blockade orders going on here with the Flying Flotilla and maybe send them down. Florida Keys Squadron did not take Fort Macon. At least not yet. But we're going to let them go ahead and get repaired. All right, I'm going to wrap it up right there. I believe we just got our shipment of machine guns, which means we're immediately going to go in and do another order for those. Oh, maybe not. We've got 1 day on those. It must have been some of my other weapons that I got in. And we've got a battle that's going to happen with Grant's army and 4 separate units from the Confederates. But we're going to save that for the next episode. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. We'll be back again soon. Thanks for watching.